Welcome back to the channel. So I thought I'd come in here and do a little update and show you the progress of 2024 breeding. So last night was the 8th day and we've got 2 pigeons down on 1 egg each. So pen 12, which is a Hermancusa cock paired to a brass pen and hen, she's laid. And these 2 that are out now, they've laid, well, she's laid. They generally don't sit on them properly until they've laid the 2nd egg. So last night was the 8th day, so 7 to 10 days generally speaking. What we're doing as fanciers, pigeon fanciers, especially nowadays, not so much back in the 70s and 80s, is going against nature, basically, because pigeons in the wild don't pair up until, or start laying eggs until springtime, March, April time, then they'll start breeding. So there are a number of factors which can cause late laying, such as cold snaps in the weather. Pigeons generally don't like the cold to start breeding. They don't like it. So we've combated that with a heater. If we have a cold spell, we do put the heater on. It's been generally mild down here in Cornwall, so we haven't put it on. So yeah, 8 days to 10 days, we started seeing eggs. So 8 days, I've just noticed as well that hen there has just laid. The brass pen and hen with the Leo Hermans Van and Bolt cock. They've bred winners for us, so we'll be we're looking forward to seeing what they produce again. Yeah, looking forward to all these laying and hatching. But they will be all barred in and let out, obviously, once, twice a day, until they've laid the 2nd egg. And then when they've laid the 2nd egg, we'll let a few pairs out at a time and see how they go, because we have noticed before in recent seasons, previous seasons, that hens can fly into a different box. They can then be followed by the cock, and then you've got 4 pigeons in a box. They're fighting, etc. And it's no good for that, because obviously you don't want smashed eggs, and you don't want pigeons fighting. It's not good. So just to make sure that doesn't happen, we do keep an eye on them, say on a weekend, because we're not here all the time with them. My father does spend a lot of time. He does a lot of work down here. I mean, when I'm working, if he's not working, he will be down here doing a lot of work with the birds. Obviously, it's a partnership, but my dad does a lot of work with the birds, and he deserves a lot of credit for it, because without my dad, I wouldn't even be into racing pigeons. I wouldn't, because he raced when I was a baby, when I was a young lad, and that's what got me into pigeons, was my father. So yeah, he does a lot of work. Obviously, he'll come here, he'll give them all fresh water, he'll feed them. Same with the race loft. They're looking to start laying soon, because we've noticed that a lot of the hens are starting to settle down the nest now, and that's a good indication that they're going to lay. So we'll be looking forward to seeing a lot more eggs soon. So that's, I think there's 12 pairs in here. 2 pairs of feeders, so we'll probably have 2 rounds of young ones. We'll be getting the rings soon, so I mean, we've got a fair few weeks until these eggs hatch, but we'll do another update to keep you updated, guys. I'll do a lot more videos this year, hopefully, because last season was a bit slack. I didn't do as many as I'd like, but obviously working in general life, is having time. So keep you updated. If any questions, there was a guy that asked for the dimensions of the boxes. So these are decent breeding boxes. These were ex-Widderwood boxes that we had in the Widderwood loft when we raced Wilderhood. They're ideal for breeding because they're 2 foot deep, plenty of room for them to actually tread without letting them out, like that pair in pen 10's just tread. I've heard that. Boulder's Brass with his direct daughter Rambo. So they're 2 foot deep, so there's plenty of room for them to tread, and they are, I think they're 18 inches wide, and I'm pretty sure it's about 14 inches. I haven't got a tape on me, so I don't know, but You know, they're decent sized breeding boxes, not like your standard Wooderhood pens. They're a bit more narrow, but it's ideal for us, obviously, from not working. They've actually, with us working, sorry, they've got enough room to tread, and they've obviously got enough room for a galley pot, and their waters are obviously clipped on the edge. So, like I said, any more questions you wanna ask, I'm happy to answer. Grit minerals in front of them all the time during breeding. And we will stick a little pot, as you can see over by that hen there. There is a little pot homoform over there for them, just in case they, you know, they want it. Nothing in the water, just fresh water. I mean, we do give them multivitamin now and again, but you know, they don't really need it in general. Healthy pigeons will race healthy young birds. They don't need supplements for that. A lot, you know, you see a lot of fanciers buying all sorts of supplements for breeding. And we've reared some absolute belters on breed and wean. So the next update I would like to do is probably on the breeder mix. So these guys will be on barley and all-rounder for the time between laying and starting to hatch. Once the pigeons have then, once the eggs have then started to chip out and the youngsters, we will start them on the breeder mix then. So I will do a little video of the breeding mix that we're going to make up. So in general, sorry, we get 2 good breeding mixes, whether it be Versalager Start, Breeding Sublime, anything really. We generally mix Van Robies with Versalager, and then we'll add a fat mix to that as well. This is all for breeding, not while they're sitting. So when they're raising chicks, they will have 2 good breeding mixes and a fat mix in with that, which is obviously your sunflower hearts, and your other oily seeds, your safflower and stuff. But while they're, you know, while they're in the boxes and they're just sitting on eggs, they don't need that. They can make a good rich crop milk out of what we're giving them. So it's literally all rounder and barley. But once they start hatching, just to enrich the breeding mix a little bit, we obviously chuck in 2 decent breeding mixes and a fat mix. So I'll show you that once we get the mixes here. We generally order it from our core merchant up the road. So that's about it, guys. We'll give you another update shortly. So take care. Hope all your pigeons are doing well and you're enjoying your breeding season and racing coming up in the next few months. Cheers.